Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. Matt Brown raises concerns over McGregor's repeated controversies. Once again, the notorious MMA fighter, Conor McGregor, is back in the headlines. But this time, it's for all the wrong reasons. As you know, McGregor has been accused of sexual assault during the NBA Finals. It's important to note that no charges have been filed against him at this time. And now, McGregor's legal team has continuously denied the allegations. They have dismissed the accuser's lawyer's demand for a settlement. They labeled it as nothing more than a shakedown. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time McGregor has faced such serious allegations. His past is a foreword. This pattern of behavior has raised the eyebrows of many people. That's why Matt Brown questioned McGregor's repeated controversies. My big question: is Conor putting himself in these positions where people have the opportunity to make these types of allegations? Brown said of McGregor on the latest episode of The Fighter versus the Writer. In my opinion, not that I'm one to tell anyone how to live their life, but I would lay low if I was him. While Matt Brown admitted that he cannot pass judgment on the recent allegations against McGregor, he just expresses concern over the recurring nature of such accusations. I have no idea if he did it or not. No one here is making allegations or accusing anyone of anything. But the fact that you're even in that situation where they have the potential to make those claims, someone's not advising you the right way, Brown said of McGregor. Someone's not having your back. Someone is not telling you the right things that you need to be doing. Furthermore, Brown has been vocal about his doubts regarding McGregor's return to the UFC and his commitment to fighting. Even as they appeared as coaches on The Ultimate Fighter 31, McGregor has yet to officially schedule his next bout. The recent sexual assault allegations only add to the cloud of controversy surrounding him. He questioned if he prioritizes partying over the rigorous training required for a successful comeback. We could be wrong. We have no effing clue, truthfully, but I don't see it. All we can go by is what we see in the news and the media, and I don't think anyone would disagree. We don't see it at all. Ultimately, his doubt about McGregor's future remains, but the Irish star's craving for the spotlight suggests a comeback. However, if not for that, he questions if McGregor's UFC journey has come to an end. I have a hard time believing he's just going to fade away, Brown said. He's always going to be in the news. He loves being in the news. I think he loves his name being out there. Whether he comes back and fights is a completely different story. Michael Chandler become frustrated on McGregor's USADA situation. As the coaches of Season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter, McGregor and Chandler were set to square off in an eagerly anticipated matchup. But McGregor's recent controversies have left Chandler's patience wearing thin. You know, patience is a virtue, but even the most patient have their limits, right? Certainly, McGregor's delay in re-entering the USADA testing pool combined with the recent sexual assault allegations, it has left Chandler doubting the situation. Despite UFC President Dana White's expectations for McGregor to compete before the year's end, Chandler is not feeling confident about the circumstances surrounding their potential fight. Indeed, this heated dispute frustrates one and all. All right, guys. You guys have all seen the news. Conor's not in USADA, Chandler said in a video posted to Twitter. 179 days left until December 16th, which is supposed to be the last pay-per-view of the year. And comically, USADA shows up at my door today to add insult to injury. Where you at, boy? Now, the other fighters also have been paying attention to the situation, and it seems like some are already speculating about the potential fallout. After the recent win, Arman Tsarukyan didn't hesitate to speak up. During the post-fight news conference, Tsarukyan told reporters, "It looks like his fight with McGregor is off." Certainly, these remarks of him caught the attention of everyone. It just raises the uncertainty surrounding McGregor's return to the octagon. Adding to the concerns, a quick check on the USADA online testing database reveals an interesting discrepancy. However, it's worth noting that this information may not reflect recent developments. Ngannou criticizes UFC's Jones versus Fury preference. Did you catch wind of Francis Ngannou's apparent lack of interest in a potential Jon Jones versus Tyson Fury fight? It's quite exciting, isn't it? Over the past few weeks, Jones and Fury were engaged in a verbal battle. Initially, Fury expressed his desire to compete in the boxing ring. Then suddenly things have taken a turn, and now Fury has shown interest in a potential two-fight deal with Jones. While Fury is known for his bold statements, there is some credibility to his claims. He considered Dana White's willingness to make the fight if both parties agree. Indeed, the winds of change blow in unexpected directions. All this back and forth and the possibility of a cross-promotion bout seem to have struck a nerve with Francis Ngannou. Before Fury's retirement, he had repeatedly called for a boxing match. However, Dana White had been clear that such a bout would never materialize, which eventually led to Ngannou's departure from the promotion. Interestingly, he was the catalyst for this change in stance. That was never an idea. That was never an idea when I was in the UFC, Francis Ngannou stated when asked about Tyson Fury fighting in the cage during a recent media scrum. Then, now that I'm not in the UFC, I think everything is about how to take down Ngannou, he continued. But Ngannou stands up. I'm going to be here for a while. Paul versus Diaz. Now a 10-round fight on August 5th. Guess what? There is the highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. In a while, it just got a little more interesting. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation is in charge of the bout. Then it gets confirmed that the fight has been officially approved for 10 rounds. How do we know this? Well, it all started with a tweet from Paul himself. He announced the news and stirred up excitement among fans. You see, the fight was originally scheduled for 8 rounds at 185 pounds. However, Paul later revealed that Diaz and his team requested the fight to be extended to 10 rounds. And you know what? Paul gladly accepted the challenge. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Right after Paul's announcement, Diaz took to Twitter and posted, "I'm cool with 8 rounds." Talk about a twist! Despite Diaz's statement, the commission overseeing the fight decided to go ahead with the requested 10 rounds. 10 rounds, if the fight goes to the later rounds, it's a big advantage for Nate, Paul wrote on Twitter. I know that he knows that. That's why he made the request. The odds makers know that. But I don't give AF. I'm all in. For the first time, Paul is scheduled to go toe-to-toe for 10 rounds in the ring. In actuality, most of his previous fights were set for 8 rounds, but this time, he's taking it up a notch. In those 8-round bouts, Paul faced tough competition. Now, with this upcoming showdown against Nate Diaz, Paul is stepping into new ground. Speaking of Diaz, this is a significant moment for him as well. While he has made a name for himself primarily in the UFC, this will mark his professional boxing debut. Instead, he offered into free agency, founded his promotion called Real Fight Inc., and ultimately secured a deal to face Paul in a boxing match set for August. Seize the moment. Silva opposes Pereira's move to 205. In the last, Anderson Silva expressed his certain disappointment with Alex Pereira's decision to move up to the light heavyweight division, whereas he believed that Pereira should have focused on reclaiming the middleweight belt. Speaking in an interview, Silva shared his thoughts on his countryman's future. Friendship aside, Silva felt Pereira should have prioritized winning back the middleweight title before moving up in weight. The way I see it, his strategy of going up a weight class was a bit mistaken, Silva admitted. I think he should have stayed in the middleweight division, won back the title, keep it, and then move up to light heavyweight in the future. He has his strategies alongside his business partners, though. Alex is a great friend. He only deserves good things. He has great potential to become a huge UFC star, one who can keep on bringing joy to the Brazilian people. Anderson Silva's perspective on Alex Pereira's decision may stem from his own experiences. He had already established himself as a dominant force in the middleweight division. Considering Silva's path, it's understandable why he sees Pereira's departure from the middleweight division. After retiring from MMA with a remarkable record, Silva left a lasting legacy with victories over renowned middleweight, as he had the potential to become a champion. Surely he is less than ideal. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching till the end. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated about our future videos. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.